what would happen if we took the chairs out of the room. What are the differences between standing meetings compared to more traditional conference table kinds of meetings? So we studied groups coming up with a recruitment. They had to develop a recruitment video for the university. So that was their task, is to come up with a creative idea and then actually to execute. So we recorded these videos at the end. They acted them out, and then we had a completely different set of coders rate the quality and the creativity of those final videos. So folks worked together for a half hour, and we video recorded those meetings, and then had 3 research assistants come in and systematically rate the interaction patterns in the meetings. So surveys, then video codings, and then the third measurement approach that we used was a wearable sensor that we had people wear. So this is what it looked like. And we had everyone in the groups wear one of these sensors, which tracks aspects of their physiology. So it's going to measure how much they're moving physically. It has an accelerometer so it can get motion. But it's also measuring activation of the sympathetic nervous system, which is
how much you sweat.
Yeah, like how on your body is. It's fight or flight response. And so when folks are more engaged in their work, generally you see that activation level rising.
The idea that people who stand up are more physiologically aroused is pretty obvious. Yeah. And that was kind of like the initial path that we knew will occur. Right. The other one that was a little bit more tricky to uncover was how people feel about each other. So what happens is if you remove the chairs, right, as I said before, people start using, they're not using individual workspaces, but they're using common spaces. Right. If you sit on a table, in a chair, you might be more likely to feel that this is yours. The ideas that come out. Here it's kind of, they're documented in a collective space. And the idea is that maybe this common space here is no one, or there's not an individual really assigned to owning this.
I was really excited to see that was the case, that our third-party coders who had no idea what it was that we were predicting noticed these differences where folks who were in a standing meeting were less protective over their own contributions, and they were more likely to build upon one another.
It's not as simple as to say that removing chairs will make people more likely to be creative, right? It ends up that they actually have to move around, they have to feel differently, and have to engage in this process.
Right.
So we can say that removing the chairs changes the way people interact and feel about that,
right.
And ultimately this will have benefits.